Hey guys, just wanted to do a walk around of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SD turbo diesel. I've gotten a lot of questions so far on eBay around kind of different things about it. So I figured the easiest thing to do, rather than posting a ton more pictures, would be just do a video and post it on YouTube, and that way you could kind of watch it and rewatch it, and happy to follow up and dig into any more detail on anything that you see or want kind of more clarity on. So I don't know the best way to do this. I guess I'll start from the kind of exterior, kind of go through that. Wheels are all in good shape, and the spare is in the trunk as well. I'd say tires have, I don't know, some life on them. I'm guessing if you're buying it, you're not buying it for the tires. The paint is original, and it's all in pretty great shape. You can see I always love that they use like the stainless wipers. It is in good shape, I think. Not seeing too many defects. There are a couple here and there, and I'll try to point those out here quickly, that I've noticed. Like here's on the roof, looks like something maybe hit it, like I don't know, it's like just two little spots there. I'm guessing those could be easily repaired. And there's also on the back here, you can see there's like a spot right there. And also underneath the emblem here, it's gotten exposed and probably should have been repaired a little bit ago. But I'm guessing that can still be fixed. As we kind of walk around the outside of the car, see it all looks good. There's another spot to point out. Actually, there's a little bitty spot here. And then let's see, I'm gonna zoom out so you can get oriented. And then you can kind of see, interesting, it's under this headlight in particular. Has some where the paint's kind of come off and been rusted. It seems pretty solid to me. I'm knocking on it. It's not like it's gonna cave or anything. Probably just, I'm guessing that piece needs to come off and maybe be repainted. Otherwise, it's all in pretty good shape. So here's another zoom out on the exterior. One thing to note is that the gaskets around the windows. So first, the windows are the original windows, and actually are in like amazing shape. I've always been scared to kind of drive it for fear of damaging the original windows. But these gaskets need to be replaced. It seems to be a fairly common thing for this style of Mercedes in general, and there's tons of YouTube videos out there on how to do it. It was always on my to-do list, but we got a couple little ones, so I never really made it around to it. But yeah, so these gaskets in the front, and probably some of these gaskets on the side need to be replaced. I don't know if those are, I'd say the probably pertinent ones are the front and the back. So you can see this back gasket on the back window definitely needs to be replaced. And this trim comes out, and the gasket comes out with the window. The reason why I say it needs to be replaced is you can see this back kind of rear deck has definitely gotten some moisture in it. The car has been kept in a garage for most of its life. You can see there's the garage it stays in now. But there was, here and there, it has been outside and been in the rain over the course of its existence since 1979. So it is not, it's not flawless, but it's in amazing shape. There's the, well, I'm thinking about it. There's the gas can or gas cap with the original cap on there with the Mercedes-Benz logo. Another thing to point out while we're kind of back on this end of the car is the trunk. So here's the rear of the car, all in good shape. On the trunk though, you can see the trunk has a small leak, and you can see it's not from anything that you can see here. Everything looks good up top, but there is a slight amount of rust. I'll show you where. So now we're in the trunk. There's a slight amount of rust at this corner. I suspect this is probably a common problem, but you can see where that rust has gotten into that weld right there, and because of that, it's not creating a good seal, and it will leak water there. So that probably needs to be fixed. I had taken it in to look to a classic car shop to look at getting it fixed, and they said it was definitely something they could do. It just wasn't a priority for me at the time. You can see there's maybe a little bit there as well, but otherwise, you know, it looks pretty good. There's the trunk. Yeah, I think that's the, you know, kind of what to point out in here. Let's see, as we move to maybe the front of the car, or maybe I'll do the back seat here while I'm right here. See that everything's in really great shape, looks amazing for its age. The carpets aren't perfect, but you know, I think it's great. The back seat's in awesome shape. My grandfather actually had it redone. This was probably back in like the 80s or 90s, but he definitely, I just always stuck with me because he said you know, it was like horsehair that had to be redone with. But it looks, everything looks great back here. You know, everything looks good. You know, the rear deck could use some restoration. As you can see, I looked online. Looks like you can kind of actually buy this German loop carpet or whatever it is and replace it. Here's the rear of the seats. Everything looks good. There's some, you know, I think this is like natural maybe fading of the plastic or something, but I'm guessing that could be cleaned up or restored, however you want to say it. Otherwise, looks good. Here's the front of the car. Thing looks good here. This is looking in. Here's the glove compartment, original manuals and such. I've got a bag full of manuals here for you. Most of them are original from Mercedes, but it's like the, you know, heating and AC manual and the service manual for the chassis and body, as well as the I guess this is just another volume. Needless to say, lots of the whole electrical diagram, so lots of information here for someone that's, you know, interested and has the time to work on it. Here is the kind of, we're moving through the dash now. Dash itself is in great shape. You can see there's a little crack here. I suspect that's probably normal for the age. You can see this is the like control panel sunk in a little bit. I haven't attempted to fix it, but I'm guessing that's a fairly easy fix. And I do have the original radio. It's, you know, in great shape and is in this bag here. Other than that, here's kind of the console and the armrest. Everything looks good. So yeah, there's the dash over there, steering wheel obviously. Sorry, a question on these seats. It's not that I'm trying to hide anything here, it just seems like they're a pain in the ass to take off. See if I can lift it up. The seats appear, from what I can see, to be in excellent shape. I think, you know, as long as I can remember, my grandfather had these covers on them, so I don't see, there's no signs of anything being wrong with the seats themselves. All right, now I'm gonna knock out the other side. So again, walking around the vehicle. Let's see, you know, interestingly, so it has the mirror on the left, but not on the right. I always said my, you know, family was too cheap to buy a spring for the mirror on the right side. The antenna goes up and down when you start the car. But yeah, so here's the left side here. There is a slight crack here, you can see. And then here's the rear. See this one, everything looks good here. Let's see here. All right, what to show you in here. Everything looks good down here. The pedal fell off, but there I do have that pedal. Definitely could use a good cleaning. One thing I noticed though is there is a slight bit of rust. Under here you can see this all looks good, but there's like, it's hard to say, like right in that corner, it does look like there's a bit of rust. I'll try and get at that from the underside too, but otherwise it seems to be intact. I'm not trying to spell out all the problems. I just want to make sure I, show you everything that you could possibly want to see. All right, so in the car now. I'm gonna start it up. I was always taught to let it go. Turn this off. All right, starts right up. There's a question on, does the odometer work? The odometer does work. The trip gauge, I'm not so confident in. It does, I think, normally work. It just has to be like, I think it's this button. It has to be, yeah, I think it works fine. It just has to be reset if it gets stuck or something. But the odometer does work. In terms of the power windows down here, so you can see works like a charm. And the right rear window is not working currently. I'll note that. On the left side, so I know this left one, it works, but it like gets stuck, so it'll go down, but it struggles to go up. Let's check the right rear one. This one looks like it works fine, so there's definitely some troubleshooting to do there as well. In terms of the sunroof, let's see. I don't know if I can get a good angle for you. See, it opens just fine. We'll say it does. It's slow to close though, so probably some troubleshooting there. It's like it opens like a breeze, but when it closes, you can definitely see it struggles a little bit. But other than that, it's good. So yeah, it's happy now. Let's see. I guess next thing is I'll take you out. Oh, the AC. So let's see. I had turned the compressor on. It's on cold. So for some reason, this like auto low, auto high doesn't, and the bi-level doesn't do anything. But when you put it on defrost, there's air coming out of here, and it's cold air, and then there's air coming out of the sides as well. There's nothing coming out of the middle, but this does, feels like cold air. On the heat, so my uncle in his geniusness installed this like pull level here, because he didn't buy the let me turn this off. He didn't buy the like digital AC control. So this thing here controls a valve that lets the coolant go to the, I guess, the heater coil. But I'll show you that in the engine bay. And yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe I'll probably pause the video and do a part two from there. This looks like this one's right about like 15 minutes. So I'll hop back on and we'll start a part two in just a second.